Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished. Brentford nil, Arsenal 3, and I think this is as close to a perfect performance as you can get from a team. And I don't mean in the sense that it's a perfect. This is the greatest performance. What I mean is that you watch a match, and sometimes you can find things to criticize, you can find things to analyze, and you can find things to go, well, maybe that could have been done better, this could be done better. I don't think there was anything more that Arsenal could have done in this game. Like, I don't think they made any mistakes in this game. They could always have scored more goals, and they probably will feel like they could have got maybe 4 or 5. But I don't think there were any mistakes ever made by Arsenal. There were any points where you thought, maybe that could be an issue to look up for something. There was nothing in this particular game. If anybody saw this particular performance game, I think Arsenal is the best team in the world. Not the case, but that's how good it was, and then that's really what it is about the Arsenal thing. As I said it a few weeks ago, I said when I watch Arsenal, I almost feel like they're City light in the way that they control games and the way that they just nonchalantly, they score a goal or 2, 3. Suddenly you don't realize how well they're playing, and suddenly you look at the score, it's like 3-0. I think that's what happened today as well. I don't think Arsenal ever really looked like they were rampant, but at the same time, just they kept moving, and then they got their goals. They just got their goals. I mean, the first goal, and two-headed goals as well. I think that is very important to mention. Two-headed goals, something that is a weakness. Set pieces, aerial ability. Now it looks like that's one of their strengths. It's transformed into one of their strengths, and I think that is something that I think Arteta deserves credit for. The players deserve credit for, and this is the evolution of Arsenal, and that's why I think this season, if any team is going to challenge for the title, I think Arsenal will be the one. I think Arsenal will probably end up being the closest team to finish to City. They'll finish second. I don't know if they'll challenge for the title, but they'll finish. I think they'll finish second. Even despite the loss to United, I think they can finish second. So the goals were really good. The first goal was a very nice header from Saliba. I'm what a player, isn't he? The only thing you think about Saliba is why has it taken him 2 years to get into the first team? Was this a plan from Arteta? In which case, it's a master plan. It's in a master stroke, or was it something else? And I don't know what the answer is, and we'll never know. But he's been such a great revelation for Arsenal. He comes in, and not just with the goal, but his defensive ability is fantastic. And that goal was really good. He jumps so high to outjump Ivan Toney is not a mean feat, even if it's a defensive area. It's a defensive area for Toney. It's still something, and he outjumped him. And it's a nice header, deserved the goal, comes in off the post. It's a fantastic finish, and it's 1-0. And after that, the Brentford always looked like they were going, like they were sort of fighting against the tide, they were swimming against the tide. They haven't, I mean, they looked very impressive when they won 4-0 against United, but they played against United. I mean, that was United. United, with Maguire and Lindelof and all those guys in defense, they always make teams look better than they are. I think since then they've been a little bit more middling. But today I think they had a really off day. I think this kind of sums it up. That goal really, I mean, the marking could have been better, defending could have been better, but they just let that goal in, and it just they look so lifeless. They look like they wanted the international break to come. They wanted that 2 weeks off. It just didn't look like they were in the game at any point. And that's sad. That's sad from Brentford's point of view. The second goal, I think they'll be a little bit disappointed because Jack had all the time in the world to pick out a cross. There's nobody who's closing Jesus. He just has a free header, and he's allowed to pick his spot, and it's not good defending. But from Jesus' point of view, that's a good goal. I've said this about Jesus. He does a lot of good work as a striker, but he doesn't do the main job, which is taking shots and scoring goals. He doesn't really do enough of that. But I think today we saw a difference. He was taking a lot more shots. There were positions where he could have passed, but he chose to shoot. And I like that. I like that because the fact is, he's got to not be selfish. There's a fine line between being selfish and backing yourself, but he's got to try and back himself. And he's, at times he will look selfish, but that's fine. He's got to do that because the more shots he takes, the more goals he will score. It's not, you don't always have to be selfless. I think today was a good step in that direction. The goal was important for him as well. He's been dropped by Brazil, so he needed to have some sort of response. I think he's a better fit than Firmino. I know Firmino has been a great servant for Brazil, and I think he deserves a spot. And maybe he deserves a spot. But I think Gabriel now is probably the guy they should look to. I think Firmino hasn't been in good form, so I would have actually picked him over Firmino. But anyway, that's Chichi's problem. But he just scored there, made it 2-0, and the game over. It really looked like it was game over at 2-0. It just looked like Brentford didn't have the confidence to make it, to come back in the game. I wish I could say there were moments where they could have done something, but there never really was. When he set pieces, they tried, but they never really looked like they were going to even score a goal, let alone 2 or 3, whatever. They just never looked like it. And the second goal was game over, and then they started passing it around, doing what City do, keep the ball, trying to look for openings if they could, but otherwise just hold on to possession. And then that stunner from Fabio Vieira, that was something. second half, right? Start second half. Maybe if Brentford had got a fast start, they could have maybe come back in the game. But that stunner killed it. It just killed it. It's a great finish. He actually didn't realize he had scored, by the way. If anybody watched the game, he actually didn't realize he had scored. It took him a while to realize the ball had actually gone in off the post. He got to come out, but it's actually gone in. And then he started celebrating. That's a nice little moment for him. Debut goal, of course, full debut for Fabio. And it's a good to go on his first start, rather. That's just it, you know. And 3-0 came over. And after that, yeah, I mean, it was a chance to give another teenage debutant for Arsenal also. So that was a good little moment for him. And yeah, I mean, 3-0, game over really. And yeah, like I said, it was such a good performance. I can't even pick out anything for you. Like I can't say this player played badly, this player played well. I think everybody played well. Saka may be a little bit off color, but you kind of expect that when there's so much going on around, in terms of but sometimes some players will feel a little bit less than what they were, or some players will sort of fade into the background. I think that's what happened with Saka. But the good news for Arsenal, I think this is important to mention, is we talk about squad depth. I think the fact that Fabio Vieira played well today means that even when they don't have an Odegaard, they have options. I think that is something that Arsenal do need. They lack options in squad depth. And this will please Arteta, the fact that Vieira gets a goal there and gets to settle in a little bit more. They still and the fact that Tierney looked good as well against Zinchenko out. Tierney came in, did well as well. So these kind of things will provide positives for Arteta, because he needs competition in places. He needs options when he needs to rotate. Particularly in title challenge, if they are challenging for title, they need all these things. Even for top four, you do need all of these things. So it's good. It's good from that perspective. So overall, I think a satisfactory night for Arsenal and for Arsenal fans. I think that's all we can say. Needed a response as well. They lost to United in the last game. I thought the Europa League game was a response, but yeah, I mean, you could say that yes, it was a good response. And of course, they need a win to stay top of the table. I mean, that's the most important thing. Like I said, the longer Arsenal can keep City away from the top of the table, the better it is. So yeah, it's good, from that perspective, as Arsenal go back to the top of the table. We need that for the league. So yeah, congratulations to Arsenal. Smash a like if you enjoyed Fabio Vieira's goal. I think he's my man of the match. I think I'm not sure who I would give my man of the match to, because everybody played well. But smash a like if Fabio Vieira's debut goal made you smile and made you happy. Do smash a like for that, of course. And share your comments. What did you think about the game? What do you think about Arsenal's performance? Did you enjoy it? Were there things that I may have missed that you saw? Let me know in the comments, of course. Always love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. We've got a lot more videos coming today, so you get notified as they drop once you subscribe. And of course, we always love your support for the channel. So thank you so much. Take care. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.